Hello, my loves, and welcome to this message. It's good to see you, and we're back in nature. Yay! Lately, always when I come out here to relax, to tune in, to connect with nature and spirit and myself, I always get the urge to record a message for you. So, yeah. Actually, I love what's coming through because it is dark goddess related. It feels witchy. It feels, I feel dark, feminine, creative energy, and I'm here for it. I love it. So, right off the bat, I want to say there are a few signs I've been getting. For one, I saw a young man with a huge black dog walking by right as I started to connect with a spider that I saw, a garden spider that I saw in the bushes. And yeah, so I knew this was witchcraft related. So maybe you do connect with magic, maybe you do connect with witchcraft, maybe you consider yourself to be a witch, maybe you are part of the modern witch society, I wanted to say, witch movement, or maybe you're just doing your own thing, which is very likely, because I know that you are all quite unique. And there's something about protection coming through. I was called to put my hula hoop that I had with me around me, and I'm sitting in the middle of it, and it's like a protection circle. I also felt called to change the place I was sitting in. I moved a little further away from the road, more into the bushes where I'm not that easily spotted right away. So it seems like there is something about finding, making space, making a designated space for your practices. The protection aspect is highlighted. It seems like you're working on something sacred, something that you yourself, for yourself, know is sacred, but you also know that not everybody might see it that way, that there might be people who have very, very, very strong beliefs or feelings, negative feelings about it. So, and you already know that, you already know, you have that the calling to protect it. And to me, it seems like this is confirmation, and not just confirmation that it's, for one, it's okay if you do that. Okay, so there's something coming through about truth. I mean, we always, we hear that a lot, and you will hear me say it too, live your truth, speak your truth, be your truest self. The thing is, while that is true, it doesn't always mean that you have to shove your truth into other people's faces. I'm not saying that you're doing that. Just we don't have to say everything. We don't have to communicate everything. We don't have to show or live openly what our true beliefs are. It's more about an inner connection to my inner truth, and you don't always have to give reasons why you do or don't do certain things. And it's really more about being true to yourself, but you don't have to go out there and proclaim all the things like your beliefs, or like when you're practicing witchcraft, like you don't have to do that, because it's not like, I mean, we're not living in a society where that is normal. At best, people will think you are maybe naive or a little weird, or even like, I don't know, they just laugh about it. But in the more severe cases, they will start attacking you for it, or arguing about it with you. And so there is this message coming through about it is okay to protect yourself, to protect your magic, to protect your practices, and once more, to protect yourself. You do not have to share everything with others. You're not obligated to tell others what you're doing with your time, or when you're, maybe it's like, I get something about like retreating and doing your practices, and that people are asking questions about that, wanting to know what you're doing, and like you don't have to share it. You don't have to share it. And this is not withholding truth, and this is also not lying. This is exercising your right to keep private what is yours, what is your private matter, and it's nobody's business. And there's more to it. It's not just about keeping your own peace, but it's also that this is sacred work. And like I said, it's work that is highly misunderstood, that actually you can only understand if you walk the path yourself, truly understand it. If you, like, those are the kind of things where you have to, like, you learn through experience, and you understand through experience what all of this is about. And everyone has their own practice, their own connections, their own wisdom, their own insights, and like what you're doing is probably going to differ a lot from what I'm doing, and the insights you're getting will be very different to what I'm getting. So it is a highly personal, a highly, like I said, private, but especially unique and personal thing, and it's between you and spirit. It's between you and the beings or the energies you're working with. And it is not just okay to keep those things private or even like a secret, but some of those things actually need to be kept secret. They need to be kept silence. Because they are not meant to be shared. They are, like I said, they are, for one, your own it's like it's an intimate relationship that you have there. And it is a bit like if you have an intimate relationship with someone, like, you don't walk around and tell everyone like what was talked about in private. And it's a very similar thing here. I talked about that in another video of mine. It was on my other channel. I talked about building relationship with your spirit guides, and that it's really all about, like I said, building relationships, and that this is like, it's like viewing your relationship with spirit. View it like you would view your personal relationships. It's about building trust. It's about having rapport. It's about just like getting to know each other, and want to create some kind of co-creative space that is a giving and taking, and which continues to be a conversation. And like I said, it has to be built on trust. And if something is brought to you that is confidential, then it is important that you not just honor that, but it is important that you honor that. And if you want those energies, those entities to keep on trusting you, you have to treat whatever is happening between you, or said, or like whatever you receive, what agreements you have, unless they are telling you to share it because there is a higher purpose to it. It is something that is between you and that entity. And I mean, sometimes we can share it, sometimes it's okay, but sometimes there are things that don't need to be shared. So it feels like this is just confirmation for someone that it's okay to do that, and that it's not just because something is secret, it's not a sign of it being evil or bad. Because I hear someone being told that, well, if you have to keep it a secret, then that's a sign that it's not good, that's not, because if it was good, you didn't have to keep it a secret. And while this sounds reasonable at first glance, that would be true if the world didn't have very strong ideas and beliefs about certain energies that we are working with here, or you seem to be working with. Because they are highly misunderstood, and in the past they were also used for witch hunts, for silencing people who worked with those energies, to persecute them and to even kill them. Yeah, well, the world showed over and over and over again that they are very often not ready to hear about it. And it does take a certain kind of person and a certain kind of path to feeling called to work with that, and to be able to work with that, and to understand what it's about. Although it's more of an inner standing than understanding, because it really is very much about that feminine connection, very much about that deep intuition, and those magical, mystical spaces that we're talking about here. So yeah, just because something is a secret, it doesn't mean that it's automatically bad or evil. This is just a commonplace that is used to proclaim those black and white morals that especially a Christian society likes to uphold, and to put, it's only there to put people into neat little boxes, and to divide the world into good and evil. And when you're working with those kind of energies, you know that it's not that easy, that it's not just good and evil, and everything that is dark is automatically bad. But there are just a lot of people out there who do see it that way. Alright, is there anything else that wants to come through with that? And I keep seeing a dragonfly, zooming around here. So there's something about the dragonflies. They're very good, like flyer, and they know how to, like, they have certain muscles that, what, due to that, they quickly change direction. So there's something about being flexible, staying flexible. So it comes again with that changing of location earlier. So protecting the path and protecting the work is like the highest priority at the moment. And in order for you to being able to do that, you might sometimes have to adapt and might sometimes just like change your routine, change what you're doing. Like, you might be on a certain path or track, and then you just have to pivot a bit, just change your course, the way about going about things. And there's another thing about dragonflies. The reason why they're really good hunters, and one of the reasons is because they're not going to the prey where it's at that moment, but it's anticipating where it will go, and then it's zooming there, and then it'll be already there when the fly or whatever crosses their path. So there's something about foresight. There's something about seeing things before they happen. So you might be... There's another dragonfly. Maybe you're developing that skill of foresight. Okay, so I do feel like there's, for one, like, you feel the responsibility with that, and there's also like still this belief of it's evil to do that. Like, that's witchcraft, that's not natural, that's spooky, like you must be possessed by a demon. So there is this call to come back to nature, to connect with nature, to connect with Mother Gaia. She's here to help you. She's here to protect you. She is, like, you seem to be very tuned into nature. There's something I'm not quite getting here. I'm missing something. Again, they're bringing me back to protection. Okay, this truth thing again. Like, you don't, simply because you know something, it doesn't mean that you have to go and tell people. There's, like, especially with that foresight thing. For one, oh, okay. Now it's making a little more sense. So, when, like, predicting the future is a very, like, what okay, it's a very uncertain business, right? And I mean, the more evolved a person is, the harder it gets to predict what they're actually going to do, because they just have more options available. If people are very unaware, if they're very much like stuck in their ways, it's easier to see where the path might lead. And so it's easier to pick up on what is probably going to happen for them. But other people are a bit more unpredictable, and so you can only talk about like possibilities. And so there's this guidance coming through with someone is discovering this gift, and there is this thing like, protect it, don't really talk about it, it's okay to keep it a secret. And there's the thing about simply observe, and then check if what you were predicting actually was right, if it was accurate, and if it was not, maybe try and find out what happened, like why did it turn out another way. And so the dragonfly has almost a 100% success rate with that hunting skill. So there's something about elevating your success skill, your success rate, by training that hunting skill, that predicting skill. And yeah, so okay, don't be like stuck on your vision that you got, but be open for the changes that occur, and within that, like, stay flexible, be open to change location, like not literal location, though sometimes maybe yes, but more like the location that you settled on, and like, okay, this is the future that I've seen, be open to that this can change. Don't be afraid to reevaluate, reassess. There's a very, very strategic approach here that is highlighted. Maybe you are a very strategic person. Yeah, it feels like you're going about this in a very strategic way. And this is beautiful because you're actually bringing together that more feminine, like this tuning in and picking up on those information, fishing them out of the ether, and then combining it with that sharpness, with that clarity of the masculine mind. Like, not the masculine mind, but you know, the masculine energy, the logic, the the strategic mind. I think that's it. I think that was the message. Again, like, you're not really asked to tell everyone what you're seeing. You're more asked to observe for now. And it's okay to keep it a secret. It's their lessons. It's their life. Like, you are in no way, shape, or form obligated to share what you're seeing, what you're getting, especially if those people are not open to what you have to give, because it can be cause for conflict. And yeah, So also, okay, there's one last thing coming out. Like right now you're in a training phase, and this not, so if you see something, and there also like there seems to be this fear, oh my god, what if I anticipate something really really bad happening? It won't be like that. Like it won't be those, like you won't see anyone like dying or having a really bad accident or something like that. It's, yeah, it's a more like mundane things, like everyday things, so it might be a little bit harder to pick up on those because they seem like trivial details, but like, yeah, like pay attention to the seemingly trivial details. And this is just to know, like, this is training ground. It's not meant for you to actually change those person's perception of life. It's really for you to practice your skill and to refine those skills, and so you will be given opportunity to do that. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Beautiful message, exciting. Yeah, if it resonates, let me know. If you want to share your secret with us, I'd love to hear from you. And I would also love to see you in my next message, if you feel like it, or to see you like, comment, subscribe. Love you to be here, and wish you all the best with that. Take care. Bye, my loves.